And recording. So, continuing along with my journey into discovering brand new bands and brand new albums that I otherwise wouldn't have been exposed to were it not for this channel. I actually had a pretty recent suggestion within the last couple of days for a Polish metal band by the name of Mentally Blind. And I guess they've been around for some time, but they've got a new album coming out in February, and they released a single for it about a week or two ago called One for No One. And I actually have it queued up here on their YouTube page. It's the official music video, about 3.5 minutes. Don't know too much about it except for it's metal, and they're based out of Poland, so I'm going to jump into this pretty blind. It should go pretty quick for 3.5 minutes. Go! Go give it a quick pause for copyright purposes. So it's only been 2 minutes, and they packed a whole hell of a lot into that 2 minutes. Like, I really dig this a lot, especially the way it's kind of constructed. There's a lot of open space at the beginning. Well, the first kind of verse, it opens up, bang, like kind of frenetic. Really cool guitar tone, but then it like slows down, and the drum pattern that's being played, it's like really, really cool. Kind of just really open too, with the clean vocals, and then the repeated sort of melodic guitar riff that just sounds like kind of off time, but like on time. It's real cool. And then slowly, like there's a bunch of stuff being layered over top, and it just builds and builds until it gets into that chorus, and it has those chonky kind of rhythmic riffs. And even like some glitchy sound effects. Like there's a ton of stuff happening, and like the singer is approaching it, and like his range is really cool. He has like 3 different attack patterns that he's doing with the cleans, the growls, and kind of like a strained yell for the chorus. So yeah, there's a lot happening, and I can't believe that the drummer is getting that sound out of a 4-piece, like a little jazz kit. Like, yeah, let me rewind this a little bit. Go! Really atmospheric.
Silence ground, walking down,
The drummer. The drummer. The drummer is really fantastic. There was a lot of really inventive kind of patterns happening. Um, Lots of ghost notes, and again, like the sort of atmospheric open space for the beginning verse, and then the call back to it around like the 2 minute mark. Like I dig that sound like a lot, and then just the way it got super heavy and chunky. Like I love the sound of the singer's voice as well, the growls. When he got into the chorus, his his style was starting to sound a little bit like Chester from Linkin Park a little bit. But then once he went into the growls, it had more of like a current, more modern kind of approach. So yeah, there's a lot of interesting things happening, especially with like the glitchy effect. I don't know if that was the guitar work or if there's like some production value that goes like after the fact. Because even some of the drumming, I thought it was electronic sounding a little bit for like a 5 second piece around like the 2:45 mark, I think. It could just be the drummer actually busting his ass and playing really well. But I got that slight little production sound in here. But the tone of the guitar is awesome. The sustain, the lead guitar anyway. Then the sort of kind of triplets being played for the rhythmic part. The galloping, that's actually like a nice fat juicy tone as well. So yeah, everything sounded really good in the mix. I couldn't really hear a lot of bass tones. Like I couldn't tell if there's a bass player like actually playing like a melody or anything. So the low end of everything is kind of hidden from me, but I really dig this sound a lot, especially for like a first listen and for a single. Like this gave me like a good taste, like a whet my appetite enough to actually want to hear a bunch more from this band. So I'll be on the lookout in February when the new album comes out, and it looks like they have some older material as well. So I'll probably revisit them and give it a listen.